and in today's live stream, we are discussing the top 20 signs that you are dealing with a hormone imbalance in women. And this is a very important topic that you most likely are going to want to take some notes from. Let's make sure we get everybody in here. All right, chat filter, top messages, all messages. All right, everybody. So please comment where you are from and how you found Gauge World Training. I know a lot of you guys have found me here on YouTube, and this is such a wonderful platform where I have lots of amazing resources for you guys, from determining your body type, determining your macros, helping you guys understand the impact of hormones on your health for women and how you can navigate those changes. So we're going to just jump right into this list. And again, we are discussing the top 20 signs you have a hormone imbalance. Now, sign number 1 is chronic fatigue, even with 8 hours of sleep. Sometimes, no matter how much you sleep and no matter how much coffee you drink, no matter any of that type of stuff, if you are chronically fatigued day in, day out with 8 hours of sleep, that is a sign that something is inherently off. This is typically signs that something is off with your cortisol, with your thyroid, with your insulin levels. The next one is if you are dealing with sugar cravings and you are constantly hungry. And sugar cravings is the type of thing that's beyond just an emotional desire for something. It almost feels as if it's an uncontrollable urge that if you don't access sugar, it has a very drug-like effect on you. And the reason for that is because a lot of times if you are dealing with insulin resistance, you are starving on a cellular level, which means if you just had a carbohydrate-rich meal, but you have insulin resistance, it means the end user of that energy isn't your stomach. The end user of that energy is your cells. So what that means is when you have insulin resistance, you can eat and eat and eat, but your cells are not receiving the energy because your body is unable to shuttle the glucose into the cell due to the fact that you are insulin resistant. Insulin is the messenger hormone that transports glucose out of the blood and into the cells. So as a result of that, your brain is going to get the signal that you didn't eat because your cells are unable to access that energy, therefore resulting in the craving because your brain is sending that signal, I need food. So as a result of that, you have cravings and you feel always hungry, and it's a really nasty cycle when you are starving on the cellular level because you have plenty of fuel, but your body's not able to access that fuel. The next one is adult cystic acne. Cystic acne in adults can be extremely annoying, and I'm talking about specifically around the chin, around the neck, as well as like the jawline. Anything like through this region with acne is definitely hormonal. That can certainly be improved through nutrition, similar to the program that I have in the Hormone Reset Protocol, which is an incredible value if you have any of these issues. I'm going to just keep going through the list, you guys. The next one, number 4, is unexplained weight gain. If you find that in the last year or 2 or 3, that all of a sudden you just packed on weight and you feel like you've been doing pretty much everything the same, where your training routine necessarily didn't change, your eating style didn't necessarily change. If you have unexplained weight gain or trouble losing weight, that is certainly a sign of hormone imbalance. And if you are just joining the live stream, welcome. We're talking about the top 20 signs of hormone imbalance in women. If you are enjoying this topic, I would love it if you guys can take 2 seconds, give this live stream a thumbs up. You have to tap on the 3 dots on the bottom of your screen to access that. And please make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. The next one is inflammation and excessive water retention and bloating. That's number 5. Number 6 is bleeding in between periods. Number 7 is hair loss. If you are finding that you are just losing substantial amounts of hair, and I know that we all have a tendency to lose a little bit of hair in the shower or in the hairbrush, but I'm talking about a concerning amount of hair that's coming out, that's definitely something that can be related to your hormones. The next one, number 8, is numbness and tingling in your hands. Your nerve system is going to be off when your cortisol levels are off and when you are not getting enough of that hormonal biological message for those happiness hormones as well in the brain. The next one is going to be fatigue. Next one is persistent weight gain. Number 11 is pelvic pain. Number 12, cold hands and feet. I'm not sure if anyone here deals with cold hands and feet, but if it's to the point where your hands and feet shouldn't be cold because the ambient temperature is fine, but all of a sudden you're feeling that, that's certainly troublesome. You got the hormone reset last week, Julie. I'm so happy for you. You're definitely going to enjoy it. Please make sure that you become a member of our Team Gauge Girl Accountability Forum in Facebook. It's free, it's not required, but it's a good place where you can ask questions because other folks who have done that program or folks who are actively doing it, you can interact and engage with them there. The next one, number 13, is skin tags. Skin tags is a dead giveaway for an issue with your insulin. So skin tags is a really big one. The next one is unusually heavy menstrual bleeding. Now, what I would dignify as unusually heavy is if you find that you are filling up one tampon or one pad within 60 minutes, meaning you have to change it because it's full. That would certainly constitute heavy menstrual bleeding. The next one, number 15, is darkened skin in the armpits and neck. This is called African nigrosis, and this is another sign of diabetes, pre-diabetes, type 2 diabetes. You start seeing that darkening of the skin. Sometimes it's in the neck, armpits. It can even be in the groin as well. Again, another sign of a hormone imbalance. The next one is going to be stalled weight loss. If you are in a weight loss plateau and it's completely stalled, you have to remember that hormones dictate every biological function in the body, and hormones will dictate whether or not your body is going to be in fat storage mode or in fat burning mode. And if you are in a deficit and you are finding that no matter how little you eat, no matter how much you train, that you are still dealing with stubborn hormonal belly fat, particularly in the lower abdomen, what you are dealing with is an imbalance in your hormones that's not allowing your body to tap into stored fat for fuel. Because think about that. It's a really big sign that something's off if you feel physically hungry when you are dealing with excess weight on your body, because the reality is your body should essentially tap into your stored fat for fuel. But if you are feeling excessive hunger sensations, that means that your body is not able to access that stored energy for fuel. Excuse me. And as a result of that, that means something's off. You guys understand what I'm saying? So the thing is, until you start listening to your body and understanding your cues that something isn't working or something's a little bit off here, that's the only way you're going to be able to address this properly. Because if you just keep trying to do the same things over and over and over again and you're not getting anywhere, thank you so much, Keisha. That's a definition of insanity, my friends. The next one is irregular periods. If you are not getting them consistently within, I'd say, plus or minus a day, sometimes they're short, sometimes they're long, sometimes you're skipping them, sometimes you get them every 2 weeks. I once had a client who literally was on her period, I believe, for like 8 weeks straight. And she had a form of endometriosis, and she was doing nothing to treat it because she didn't think that that was abnormal, and it's extremely abnormal. Another one is intolerable PMS. So there's levels to PMS, as you guys all know. PMS is never a walk in the park. However, if you're dealing with the type of PMS where you are in excruciating pain, if you are dealing with a level of PMS that it legit is bringing tears to your eyes, and I'm not trying to sound funny or dramatic, I think you guys have been there. or if it's to the point that you actually need to call off of work and be in bed all day because you can physically barely move, if you're dealing with that type of intolerable PMS, that is a hormone imbalance. Now, don't get me wrong, it's unpleasant, and yes, we will deal with a little bit of cramping, but it should not be to that level and that level of extreme. Stress manifesting it in the form of elevated cortisol is going to look like a rounded appearance to your face, what is sometimes called moon face, and as well as a hump in the upper back, a hump up here. That was 19 and 20. I do have more symptoms that I'm just going to keep reading off to you guys. Low libido. If you are dealing with a very noted change in your sex drive, and that's certainly related to hormone imbalances, hot flashes, conflicting results when it comes to lab testing, extreme mood swings, inability to conceive. Again, all signs of a hormone imbalance. What should you do? There are several things you can do. I would always recommend you guys to approach it through changing your diet. It is the simplest way to make a serious change that's going to have the longest lasting effect on you. You're trying to lose weight while on birth control is the hardest thing ever. And I hate to tell you this, I've had clients who, no matter what they did on especially if you're on hormonal birth control, you can really be shooting yourself in the foot. So if you're on the birth control from a contraceptive purpose, not because your doctor told you to be on it to try to manage something, I would strongly encourage you to find a non-hormonal birth control method, because the sooner you can come off birth control and allow your hormones to regulate themselves naturally through real whole food and supplementation where necessary, you're going to have a much easier time losing weight. It's going to be night and day difference when it comes to that. So if you're watching this and I've described you with everything I said, and I'm just going to do a really quick recap because I said a lot. Again, chronic fatigue, just for those of you guys joining, the signs that you are dealing with hormone imbalances as a female: chronic fatigue with 8 hours of sleep, sugar cravings, cystic acne, unexplained weight gain, inflammation, excessive water retention and bloating, bleeding between periods, hair loss, numbness, tingling in your hands, persistent weight gain, fatigue, pelvic pain, cold hands and feet, skin tags, unusually heavy bleeding, darkened skin in the armpit and neck. Do I have to go through a detox before taking the hormone reset supplements? I would recommend pairing them with the hormone reset protocol for maximum results. You're going to see the best results if you follow it with that nutrition plan. And you can just comment the word reset, and I can put the link here on the comments for you, or just go to my website and just do a search for hormone reset, or you can just look for hormone reset and you can access it that way. Persistent weight gain, fatigue, pelvic pain, cold hands and feet, skin tags, irregular periods, intolerable PMS, stress, moon face, hump in the upper back, low libido, hot flashes, extreme mood swings, and an inability to lose weight no matter how hard you try. So if I have described you, there is help for this, there is support for this. So the hormone reset protocol is going to regulate your insulin. It's going to regulate your blood sugar. It is going to bring your estrogen to progesterone ratios in balance. That's going to allow your body to part with stored lower hormonal abdominal fat, specifically because visceral fat is sensitive to hormonal changes. The next one is going to be, we're going to bring your cortisol back under control, regulate your circadian rhythms, elevate your metabolic rate, and improve fatigue. Those are just some of the many things that you're going to experience on the hormone reset. Most people end up losing about 10 pounds on the plan, but I don't like to guarantee a weight loss, because what's more important is that you're losing inches. It's more important that you're losing inches. Will it work if you're going through menopause? And the answer is yes. I have tons of women in menopause, going through menopause, and postmenopausal who do amazing on this program. This program is like giving your body a hug. It is the best reset. It's something that I do seasonally. It is just healing to the body, and you're going to feel better than you've ever felt before. So I would love it if you guys would take advantage of that protocol to reverse these signs and symptoms. And there is also a hormone reset supplement bundle on Gauge Life Nutrition Supplements for those of you guys who want all of the tools. Am I a nurse or a doctor? I am a nutrition scientist and chemical engineer. I have a bachelor's and master's in chemical and biological engineering. I have been functioning as a food scientist since 2009. I have written a best-selling book. I've worked with over 50,000 people around the world with their health goals. Everyone from Olympic athletes to celebrities to folks with, over 300, 400, 500 pounds. And I even actually have clients who are currently on GLP-1 medications. So I used to be a former marathon runner and fitness competitor, and I've dedicated my career to creating educational content to help empower and educate and help you guys heal your body naturally utilizing nutrition science tools. So if anyone has questions, or if you're watching this and you think this applies to you, but you still have questions and you would like to discuss things and you want to know more, I'm going to invite you guys to go to gagegirltraining.com to book a complimentary discovery call with me, or you can just comment the word call on this and I'll send you the link for how to do that. Do I advise the use of GLP medicine? You have over 300 pounds to lose and it's feeling hopeless. I think that it is a case-by-case scenario. It is a case-by-case scenario. And anyone who's commenting call, I can address that after the live stream with the link, so or you can book your call. Here's the thing with GLP-1 medicine. If you haven't actually tried to lose weight by following a nutrition and training plan, and if you've never actually done that and actually had calorie goals, actually had a goal of how many calories you needed to burn in a day, and you like, if you've never actually tried, I'm gonna encourage you to try the real whole food as opposed to changing your body's entire chemical makeup and potentially making you dependent on something for life, right? However, if you have tried everything, if you are having struggles, if that's what's going to help take you over the edge to establish some momentum, and you are at a very dangerous place with your health right now, and as a result, the threat of you not losing weight is that dangerous to your health that any side effects of a medication without enough data behind it, is it worth the risk in that case? I would say absolutely yes. However, when you are on GLP-1s, you have to remember that the way you approach nutrition is quite different. And if you guys want me to unpack everything about GLP-1s in a separate video, especially in terms of how you should eat on them and special nutrition considerations, please let me know if you want to see more on that, like a whole video series, as I would be happy to advise. I'd be happy to talk to you guys about things that work for my clients on GLP-1s as well as things that do not work. So again, comment the word call if you would like to set up your complimentary discovery call with me, or you can go to my website, gagegirltraining.com, and book it today. Thank you guys for joining, and all I'm going to ask is before you leave that you guys just take 2 seconds and give the live stream a thumbs up. All right, take care, everybody.